Oh, pardon me. I was just asking Godzilla what he thought of Linux bugs. He says he just squashes them, if you know what I mean. I was like, yeah, I think I do. Of course, if you have a Chromebook, there are no bugs, right? Hello. Good morning and welcome to another live Total OS podcast. No ads for this month, for this holiday season. Hope all of you are doing well. A little bit of a different topic this morning. My day will start later today, so I have some time this morning as I drink a little bit of tea. We'll talk about Godzilla Minus One. This might be the movie of the year. Just when I think I've seen it all, yeah. All right, so Sunday I drove up to Pittsburgh to see Godzilla Minus One. I've heard good things about it. Look, we've all seen some form of Godzilla before. And it's like, okay, all right, let's go check this out and see what it's like. So, to make a long story short, this movie is not what I expected. There's more of a human story than there is of the Godzilla, but when Godzilla shows on screen, he looks great. And the fact that, what is it, Toho Studios only spent $15 million to make this movie, I don't believe it. That is extremely inexpensive. But if it's true, somehow they pulled it off. And as other YouTubers have said, this puts some Hollywood blockbuster $100-200 million movies to shame in terms of the looks of the special effects. I won't spoil it too much here if you haven't seen the movie, but the scene where Godzilla is chasing the, I'll call it the fishing trawler, that scene on the ocean is fantastic. It's not a very long scene, but man, does it look good. I've said in the past that the best movies are what I call didactic. They are enlightening and entertaining. In some ways, like my dad's movie, which one day I hope you will get to see. It's been a long process. But movies that tell a human story, plus they are fun to see. And that is Godzilla Minus One. It's a different kind of Godzilla movie. It's not a heavy special effects blockbuster movie like, say, Godzilla vs. Kong or most of the Godzilla movies, which, let's be honest, the stories are horrendous. But this one, the story is just as good as the special effects. In fact, if you're watching this, this movie is so good and so popular that it's going to be released in a different version next month in Japan, Godzilla Minus One minus color. It's going to be released just in black and white. I guess to give it an old flavor feeling to it. You know you have a good movie when it does so good in color that let's try doing this in black and white. It's not something I am personally interested in. But this is the year of Godzilla. All things considered, yeah, you have your Barbie movies, your Mission Impossibles, your Oppenheimer. And Oppenheimer was too long. Mission Impossible was okay. But in terms of a human story and fun to watch, this one hits the mark. And at 2 hours long, it's just right. We have another sip of tea here. I'll tell you something funny. As I sat in the theater, there's a scene in the movie with the air raid siren going off, and just as the siren hits the speakers, the power went off inside the theater. Perfect timing, and I thought, gee, I guess the alarm was real. So I'm thinking, will somebody please feed Godzilla? So the power went out for about 10 minutes. I don't know if it was planned or somebody in the building doing playing a joke, as it were. But I thought it was pretty good timing. But if you haven't seen Godzilla minus one, I'm telling you, and I'm ashamed to say, or not ashamed to say, that I almost cried watching this movie. It is that good of a movie. It has a good story. It has post-World War II Japan, talks about stress and PTSD and loss of loved ones, families, defeat, rebuilding, heartache, and then along comes Godzilla. And hence the title. You have Japan, which is at its lowest point at zero, and then Godzilla comes along to make it worse, hence Godzilla minus one, as in Japan is at minus one post-World War II. If you haven't seen it, you need to see this movie. It is something you probably will not forget for a long time. All right, let me see here. I think that's all I have for this one. Again, just check out this film. I just wanted to share this with you briefly for this morning. And probably, I don't know when, I might, when is Christmas this week? Is it on a Monday? Yeah, it's on a Monday. Yes, I might do something this weekend. So be on the lookout for that. We'll do maybe a news and nonsense or something like that. I haven't decided yet. If you guys have any suggestions, just go ahead and send out an email and we'll go from there. Let me stop in the chat real quick here before I sign off. Joseph, how are you? Good morning. You said you managed to dodge the buggy kernel updates. Well, like I said, Godzilla is squashing bugs, as it were. Yeah, I'm doing this one live from Linux Mint Mate version. Still my favorite desktop environment because, well, it just works. It's lightweight and yeah, it's great for older computers. All right, well, that's all I have for this one. Just wanted to share this with you real quick. And if you haven't seen it, you really should. Because this is my movie of the year. It should be up for an Oscar contention, at least for the special effects, maybe even for the story. It's that good. And they left the ending open for a sequel. And I'm curious there had to be hundreds of different effects to make this work. And who knows, Joseph, maybe they used Linux for the special effects team for making Godzilla minus one. I wouldn't be surprised if they used a form of Linux to make this work. I mean, it looks good for geez, I mean, one Hollywood projection camera is what, $100,000 just for a single freaking camera. So the fact they made this work for $15 million is astounding. And it just goes to show what you can do if you have extra better talent, I guess, right? I don't know. Just a thought. All right, that's all I have for this one. Happy holidays. If you go see this movie, let me know. And if you can hold back the tears, let me know. This one will, this one will make you feel and not just think. Godzilla minus one, the movie of the year. Check it out. Ciao.